Hello and welcome. You are listening to or watching Snot Snitch Shop. Hello and welcome. You are listening to or watching Stop Snitching with Ryan and Nick. I am Ryan and Nick.
I'm Nick and Ryan.
Do your not your parents? I am a mess.
I love it.
Do your kids tell on each other?
My parents do not tell on each other.
Not your parents,
but
your kids.
I know.
Did I
but
say
you
parents?
Also asked that, yeah. Did my parents tell on other people? No, not really. Actually, underrated element about my folks that no one would ever think about is they don't do a lot of narking. My kids, on the other hand, every day, every single day. It's like the one positive of screen time. People are always dogging screen time. When they're on screens, they're not ratting on each other. They're
okay.
Not. When they're playing, like last night, my daughter came outside and she goes, "Mom, Charlie just said the S word and he meant it." But it's always
Which one's the S word?
A little emphasis.
For kids, it's tough to know.
She spelled it out.
Shit?
Well, what's it going to be? Yeah.
I don't know. It could be shut up.
Oh, I mean,
that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Occasionally.
Slut. He called your daughter a slut. And he meant it.
That'd be fantastic. He called mommy.
She's like, "You want to play Uno?" And he goes, "No, you slut." And he meant it.
He called me a $2 whore.
So
they
would
used
you
to say the whole, like, he just said shut up, he just said shut up, but now it's so common that yeah.
Would you prefer that they did not snitch so that you don't have to deal with it?
Yes.
Or are you glad that there's some honesty so that once they get to an age where maybe people are doing things that you actually need to worry about, that maybe you'll know about it?
Not snitch.
You want not snitch
because it's so prevalent. It's, whatever you're talking about, they think that, like, it's important enough to interrupt whatever it is the two of you are talking about. So
right.
If you and Rachel are talking about, we got to find a new place, then my daughter may, in the middle of it, like, you could be saying, I just found a perfect place and it's free. And my daughter would interrupt you and be like, my brother just called me a nickel whore, And you'd be like, I don't know what to tell you. I barely know you.
So it's not the concept of snitching that bothers you. It's about the gravity of them. It's that they're snitching about things that aren't issues of moral turpitude.
Constantly.
It's not like it's not like, Bo stole the Amazon packages from the neighbor.
Right.
It's like it's more like Bo took too long in the bathroom.
It's just the frequency. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Whether it's important or not, they're never that important, but it's just constantly happening. And you got to pick and choose what you're going to rat about, or otherwise no one's ever going to want to hang out with you.
Yeah. Did you and your brother snitch on each other when you were kids?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. It's just part of it. Of course.
Yeah.
But then, like, brothers graduate from snitching to, like, eventually you're like, well, nothing good happens when I snitch. Nothing good happens when I tell mom or dad about this. Like, he just gets in trouble and then he just comes and beats me up. So you go from snitching to you just walk up to him, kneel down, and hit him as hard as you can in the dick. That's the transition. I don't know when my kids are going to get to that.
Well, I just found out yesterday that I had a golden opportunity to snitch on someone when I was in the 8th grade, and I didn't do it. It might have been 7th. It was 7th or 8th grade. It's the only time I've ever gotten in trouble in school. So my friend Billy, he's a professor at Penn State. I know you got a soft spot for them, because of Old Sandusky.
Back when they had a real program. Nothing wrong with a little horseplay in the showers, okay, guys? I don't know why we're overthinking this.
If it gets people tackling with fundamentals, then
more importantly, it gets people talking. That's what we need.
It's a ticket sales.
I need you to put somebody else's statue up there. That's what I need.
So Billy texted me. He was like, "You remember the kick me sign on?" I'll just say that James is the guy's name. When we were in middle school, and I said, "Wait a minute, were you an accomplice or a witness?" And he was like, "I was an accomplice." And I said, "Wait a minute, you didn't get in trouble with it, in trouble for it?" And he said, "No, I didn't." I said, "That means I didn't snitch. I could have. I'm sure they were needling me. Like, was there? Are you working for anyone? Is there anyone above you in this operation?" Because I've seriously never been in trouble my entire life, and it was on April Fool's Day. You know, this is Simpsons time. You know, when Bart would do kick me signs on people back then.
Yeah.
And we're like, let's put a kick me sign on our friend James, and just kick him in the butt in the hallway. It's just a stupid thing, right? Must have been.
I love it, actually. I've never seen anybody get away with it. Like, you see it in movies, but I don't know how you wouldn't notice that there's a sign on your back. Just like, you just feel something on your back.
So here's what happened. So I remember we put it on there and then immediately kicked him on the butt a couple times, right? Well, we're just joking.
Good for you, Ryan.
It's not a hard.
Wow.
No, but then he turns. He thinks he's getting jumped, so he turns and swings. And then I think I put him in a headlock or something. I was like, "It's a joke. It's a April Fool's joke. It's a sign on your back." And then he lets up, and then we start laughing. But the I was gonna say police teacher saw it, brought us to the office, and they were fighting in the hallway, and we're like, "No, we're friends. It was a little joke, and it was a misunderstanding." And so we got a day of in-school suspension where you just sit in a room and do your work in a room. And
really,
yeah, didn't snitch. How about that?
What were you gonna snitch about? Like, there was
I
no
would have said
snitching
Billy's
involved.
behind this. If I was a punk, I would have said Billy was behind this.
Oh, there's no reason to do that. I mean, at that point, you're just trying to convince them that, like, you weren't fighting. That's the main thing that you're trying to do.
Which is, yeah. My point is, I didn't snitch. I was tough. I proved that if I were in prison, I would be I wouldn't say valuable to anything, but at least I wouldn't get myself shanked immediately by my own actions.
I mean, come on, you were never in a position of, like, who else was working with you. You weren't in that position. Like, you were never really in a tight spot to where you would, like, rat.
This
and in
couldn't
any
have
way,
been a one-man operation. Who else was? There was a second kicker. There had to be a second kicker. He was kicked on the left hip and the right hip at the same time. Was this a magic foot? Or was there a second kicker?
I had that once in high school. One time when high school football game, and I was out on, there was like a track surrounding the football field, of course. Mm-hmm. And their mascot came over to our side and started waving their bullshit flag around. And I'm like, that's not going to happen on my watch. And so I chase him down the track and, like, try to steal the flag from him. And so does another guy that I go to school with. And I mean, sure, from far away, it looked like we were fighting, but we weren't. We were just kind of laughing about it and, chuckling. Three people just, like, all in good fun, trying to take their flag back. Don't wave your flag in front of our fans. The score was going to be like 0-3 anyway. So, I mean, this was the entertainment that we had.
Yeah.
And then I crossed the field, and the principal's just waiting for us, being like, my office Monday morning. I'm like, for what? And I got suspended, but they said that the suspension was served over the weekend. So I didn't totally understand that. I mean, it seems like I don't even know if slap on the wrist would be the right way to put it. Just like a handshake agreement. We'll all say that he was suspended.
That is. It's like you pled down. You got time served. You got time served in high school.
I did have to talk to him. Yeah, time served on Saturday when you were out with your girlfriend. That's time served.
Bragging that you had a girlfriend too. Listen to you.
I don't know if I did. No, you know what? I didn't at that time. She was just a two-bit whore.
You were taking a break.
taking a break between girlfriend. No, so I did have to go and talk to him that Monday morning, and my let me see, and he wasn't happy, but he did try to get me to rat about something else.
Oh,
he
yeah?
said that there was a fight going on in another
What
part
else do you know?
of the stadium. Yes, that's exactly what he did. And
if you can get us Dustin.
His name was David, actually. And this kid who I really liked a lot, but when he was in the locker room in gym class, another kid used to call him Doo-Doo Factory.
Why did he poop at school one time?
I don't know. I don't think so. He just always said, your ass is a doo-doo factory. And just
so
like
cruel for no reason.
You can't come back from that in a locker room in high school.
I said that's why I always use the faculty bathrooms, and the teachers just let me. And it was just like he's the quiet kid. We can let him use our bathroom.
He's not a rat.
And he's not a rat.
He's not going to tell anybody about the tampons.
I cannot imagine taking a dump in a high school bathroom that's not the faculty bathroom.
You're bridging a gap that there's no reason to bridge. He didn't take any shits in the locker room. There was no basis for the doo-doo factory, okay? It was that's just what the guy landed on when he called him something. And it was brutal because everyone thought it was hilarious. Even someone defending the guy couldn't very well turn around and be like, don't call him a doo-doo factory.
Yeah, that's how kids are, though. You could say something like, you look like somebody who wipes their ass. And people are like, oh, ass wiper.
Exactly.
It's like, what do you want me to do?
Do you shower every night? Ooh, damn. Yeah,
ooh, exactly. It's wet, boy.
So that dude and another friend of mine were over, I don't know, causing some kind of trouble, probably nothing. And the principal asked, like, do you know what was going on at the same time over on the other end zone? And I did know I did know who was involved. I didn't know that it was much to be involved in, but I knew what he was talking about. And I was like, no, sir, I do not. I'm not a rat. And I added that in there. And then he knew I knew. Mm-hmm. That's what I never understood is when they're like, I'm not a rat. And I'm like, so then you do know something then.
Right.
You could have just said you're not you could have just not said that and nobody would have said anything.
You're right. That's a good point. I just remembered I got pulled into mediation one time. We had a thing at school called mediation. The slogan was "Don't hesitate to mediate." It was like,
what do you mean? Like, instead of like when people would break up, they got a mediator.
Yeah. It's like
who's getting the Columbia House CDs?
It's to prevent fights, right? Or like any sort of altercation. And I remember I got pulled into it one day, and I was like, "What's going on?" And they were like, after the band trip, what did you do? And I said, I went home, my mom picked me up, and they go, did you go upstairs when the bus dropped you off at the school? And I go, no. And they go, okay, I think we got bad information.
We got our wires.
That was it. I'm like, I just seriously for 30 years now. I'm like, what happened upstairs?
Did they have a spy in the band? Yeah, like a 40-year-old guy who can't play the trombone.
Go upstairs? I'm trying to go home. What are you talking about? I'm just like, what happened up there?
I love the idea of 21 Jump Street being a real thing. Like there were real cops like trying to mix it with like the teenagers, and that's what they came up with.
I bet people believe that.
Dude, Ryan, man, he's on the drums. He went upstairs after we got back.
He went upstairs, and we weren't supposed to, but he went upstairs for what? Rumor is he went to his locker, but I checked the stats, and he doesn't use that locker. Doesn't even know the combination because he has a cubby hole in the band department. So. I don't think
what was he doing up there?
What was he does the water fountain have better pressure? Because there were some water fountains you knew not to use because they had spit all over them, but some of them had better pressure.
Yeah, that's true.
So my friend Billy, whom I did not snitch on, had just returned from back
and also
to school.
was not put in the position to snitch on. Okay, you don't get to just throw that in there as if
I could have said, I know you're talking about one day of in-school suspension. what if I gave you someone? Then could we be looking at detention maybe?
Or maybe just like more study hall.
So Billy, who I could have snitched on, didn't snitch. All right.
Yeah, you'd be snitching on him for no reason.
It would be for no reason.
They'd be like, "Why did you even bring him up? We don't."
I just panic. Billy did too. He told me he had just returned to school from a 5-day out of school suspension. Those count as on whatever. There are absences that you can't write off. You can't make up the work if you have OSS. He had it for stealing a kid's wallet and buying pizza for everyone at his table at lunch.
Oh wow! So Robin Hood.
Yeah. What? I mean, clearly this other kid had $20. What kid needs $20 at school?
Oh, I mean, it depends on what school you went to. I mean, no one at my school had $20. Nobody would have flashed it for sure. Actually, there was a kid. There was a guy.
It was $1 a slice, so maybe he didn't have 20.
There was a guy I know that had lost his billfold, and it was like in Spanish class, and he's like, "Yeah, I just found it." And the teacher was very alarmed, and they're like, was there anything in it? And he's like, "Yeah, $100." And she's like, "Oh my God." She was really concerned, and he just kind of completely dismissed it. He's like, "No, it's gone." He just figured that the Deaf Boxing League took it. He just, and there was, if the Deaf Boxing League got something from you, you just made your peace with it.
Guys, that is from an old episode where Nick talked about a group at his school of deaf kids who would just go around and beat people up.
Well, they were much older than us, and they were never without each other. They were in obviously all the same classes, and so like I remember them like cornering me when I was on my way to the concession stand to get a blow pop. And they cornered me asking for $1, and I was like, "Can I just write you a check or something? Like, can you break a 5?" Like. Yeah, I don't care how, not that I was tough by any stretch. There's no one in that school that would not have given them something.
A question for you. And I'm not making a joke here. How did they communicate it to you? Did they write it on a piece of paper? Or did they have, speak in the, sort of?
Yes, that's how. Yeah.
Can you do an impression of that, and then maybe do your Chinese accent?
Do I want to get canceled from the few gigs that I have?
What about your Chinese accent? Let's hear that. Let's.
Yeah, man, it was. There were. I mean, if there was a fight, generally they were
gay
involved.
Guy now. Sorry.
If there was a fight, they were involved.
Oh man, that's wild. Well, I hope your kids will stop snitching.
2 months ago, I was in Dallas and bought an acai bowl, and I'm still getting text messages asking me if I'm satisfied with it. And I'm like, you know what? You're never going to know my feelings about the acai bowl. I'm never telling you about it. It's my secret. Stop bothering me. I'm not engaging.
Dude,
I don't believe
great.
Anyone who believes this stuff about like, oh, we want feedback on your last doctor's visit or like when you got your tires done or something. Don't. All it is them just getting more of your info. All it is. Like I told you last time, there was a data breach with Arby's, for God's sake. Arby's. Like you're not safe anywhere.
Yeah.
You're just inundated.
Arby's data breach is just hilarious. Someone was like, "We gotta
millions
find out how much
people.
Horsey sauce people are having." I keep getting texts from a grocery store I bought tomatoes at one time, and I've hit stop. You type stop, it's supposed to stop. They keep coming.
They keep coming.
Yeah, I went there once. I bought tomatoes. That's it.
Those text messages that we laugh about sometimes. So like, did you leave your tent here? Or like, or, where they try to seduce you, trap you into like a long conversation of, like, why didn't you say goodbye? Something like that.
Ain't you going to put that in a bag? That was my friend Spanky's idea for it. He thought that would be a hilarious catchphrase. Like as a joke, he was like, the funniest comedy catchphrase. Ain't you going to put that in a bag?
I love those ones. I do love them. The fact that like for them to work, they just have to be so much more specific about, like, you've clearly never been to Baltimore, just something
Yeah.
like, wait, okay, you got me. Now my interest is peaked. But like that stuff doesn't even bother me. That doesn't bother me. It's easy to suss out. It's kind of funny. But like Burlington Coat Factory is continuing to ask me about how I felt my experience with the customer service person, what the employee was. And I'm just like,
Right.
I've been to Burlington Coat Factory 1,000 times. I've never once gotten help by a single person.
Right.
And part of that is because whenever I go into Burlington Coat Factory or Ross, I take my basket, I walk in, get a basket, and I immediately go check out because all of the stuff I buy is in the little aisle on the way to the register.
You're right.
That's where like you're going to find an old GameCube joystick. The
other weird thing about those is it'll be like, hey, you just bought a coat. Here's a deal on more coats. How often you think we're buying weekly coats? What?
So you're rich enough to buy a weekly coat, but
you're poor enough to buy it at Burlington
Coat Factory every time. Yeah. Heaven forbid you spend $200 on a coat. My dad's hilarious. The text messages he gets are all porn. And like, this is a man who's never looked at a thing, not even a National Geographic. When we were kids, his favorite movie was Vacation, but they taped it, and they taped it off of like HBO. So we could have seen Christy Brinkley, and we could have seen Beverly D'Angelo. It's beautiful. But no, they just like, we would be watching it and like, oh my God, here it comes. And then it would cut away the Weather Channel. That's how my dad. So, but yet he gets text messages of like, do you want to fuck a fat MILF in the area? Like, God. Okay, so I'm going to give you. You want to do conspiracy theory?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's hear it.
All right, here we are. So conspiracy theory, we don't really have a better title than that, but I'm going to give Ryan 3 conspiracy theories.
How does conspiracy theory work?
Thanks. Funny that you mentioned it. I'm going to read you 3 conspiracy theories. 2 of them are just lesser known theories. They're intentionally supposed to be theories that you've never even heard of. It doesn't mean they're actually real, just that the conspiracy theory exists. That's it. And the third one is someone that I made up.
Exists in nature.
Exists in the world. That's right. So the first one is the government's secret bioengineered surveillance operative. And that is that sloths are not just adorable, slow-moving mammals. They are actually bioengineered surveillance devices deployed by like a global intelligence alliance. They have microscopic implants that transmit audio and video. They're basically involuntary agents, and they're monitoring like political dissidents in the jungle, illegal mining, lodging, poaching,
sloths,
corporate espionage. Because they're so cute, no one's going to think anything about them, and they don't move. No one's ever going. If you were out in the woods and you're like, there's a camera up there, you know something was up. But if you're out in the woods and you're like, there's a sloth up there and it hasn't moved in 20 hours.
You gotta give me a second here. Are they cognizant of it, or are they just wearing devices?
Correct. The second.
Okay. I thought
it's like when they tag a shark.
I thought these people were trying to tell us that they were like in on it, like they were going to meetings.
No, they're just wired for it. They don't know.
Okay, I see.
They're unknowingly wearing, GoPros basically.
Okay.
They don't. Yeah.
I don't think it's likely, but I believe that people believe that.
Okay. So the second one is the Frozen Disney conspiracy. That Disney made Frozen. You know the movie Frozen, right?
Yeah.
They made the movie Frozen to hide cryogenics information.
What do you mean?
Disney was Walt Disney himself was cryogenically frozen after his death in 66. He wasn't cremated. Everybody says he was cremated. That's not true. And conspiracy theorists now believe that his body was stored beneath the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, which you'd be familiar with from Disneyland. Walt Disney, you're on Walt Disney. So in 2013, Frozen came out, and basically theorists believe the title was intentional because it's about cryogenics. So when you like Googled
I don't
Frozen,
understand
all you're going to get is Elsa, Olaf, Let It Go. So basically the whole franchise was part of an elaborate like smoke screen to bury information about his frozen body, his frozen head.
Okay. I mean, but how does that bury information? I don't understand how that buries information.
Like I said, this is a conspiracy theory. There are some holes.
There might be holes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So far we have the Frozen one and we have the Sloth one.
Right. Finally, we have Jay-Z is a time traveling vampire. The rapper and the mogul. He's actually a vampire and a time traveler who's been alive for well over a century. The evidence is that in 1939, a photo from Harlem surfaced showing a man, basically Jay-Z, his doppelganger. Same facial features, style, same posture, and that was from nearly 100 years ago. So conspiracy theorists point out that he doesn't seem to ever age. He's rarely in the daylight, without sunglasses at least, and has achieved like an unnatural level of success and influence. His lyrics, if you really want to go into it, sometimes refer to immortality, timelessness, godlike.
Okay, Nick, I don't think that you are on top of Jay-Z enough to make that one up. So I think that that's a real one. I think that man, now this is tough. The sloth one sounds the most made up because sloths are never around people. Like that's kind of their whole thing is that you never see them.
Didn't you say you hated him?
No, I like sloths.
How could you hate sloths, Ryan? It's weird.
I could see the Disney one being a real conspiracy theory, but I could also see that one as one that you made up because it's. But I could also see you making up the sloth one. You made up the sloth one. Yeah, that's where I'm going with. You made up the sloth one.
So the two real ones that really exist out there are that Jay-Z is a vampire or a time traveler.
That's insane.
And that Frozen is frozen because Walt Disney was cryogenically frozen.
Makes no sense.
He was not
at
cremated.
All. I mean, you have to be a special kind of stupid to think that adds up.
He's underneath the Pirates of the Caribbean ride right now. Frozen, ready to be melted. Like Austin Powers.
That is a real one. I don't understand, though. Why would that cover it up? Seems like, if anything, it draws attention to it, but it doesn't do that either because it's irrelevant.
I don't totally understand it either. I don't even know, like, why would you even make the movie Frozen or call it Frozen if you're trying to, to get people to look the other way? I doubt anybody's even thinking that this is a possibility. So why make Frozen? I don't understand it myself. And yet there's some people out there that believe it.
Makes me sick, Nick.
Kind of like when I send you pictures of my kids.
God, you got to stop doing that. Makes me sick.
All right, I've got two rank thems. Do you want to hear them?
Yeah.
One of them is from my friend. And this one, I got to say, I criticized it. He and I went back and forth the whole week. Nevertheless, here we go. Rank them, by the way, is a fun little game that we play where you imagine the perfect partner. First, imagine you're single. Now imagine the perfect partner exists in your life, except there are three different flaws, if you will. Maybe you don't think them as flaws, but they're more than likely flaws to most people. And you need to rank them as far as the most tolerable to the least tolerable. What can you
Okay.
most easily live with this perfect partner, and what is
Yeah.
a true deal breaker?
Right. And these attributes are permanent. You can't just
Yeah.
say, "Oh, I would just she eats her boogers, I would just blow her nose." You
Yeah,
can't
there's
do
no
that.
loopholes, no nothing. This is just
Yeah.
how it is.
Yeah.
If she looks like Two-Face from Batman, that's what she looks like. Okay, that's
Yeah.
just, there's no surgery, no
Yeah.
nothing.
Right.
All right,
You could
so
stay
here's
on
an
her left.
example of one. What's that?
I said you could stay on her left.
Sure. If she has to wear an I'm with stupid shirt every day, she can't wear a blazer over it. All right.
Right. Right.
That's just how it is. All right. Here's the
Right.
first rank them.
What if she's cold? Well, she wears Under Armour underneath. All right.
Stop trying to talk around it, especially my mother-in-law, who just can't. She cannot just sack up and answer it straightforward. My mother-in-law
Yeah.
just continually just like, well, if they do that, then they're not the perfect
Yeah.
partner. And I'm like,
I know. I've always thought she was weak like that.
Here's the first one from my friend Kai. Here we are. Number 1.
Uh-huh.
The perfect partner tries to run over squirrels and birds while they're driving. Otherwise, they are a safe driver.
Oh.
So if a squirrel
Okay.
runs out in front, he's going to swerve, or she's going to swerve, try to hit the squirrel. 2,
Don't like that.
they collect massive amounts of shot glasses, even though they do not drink.
So I know what you're talking about. I've seen this before. So every time they go somewhere, they get a novelty shot glass. That's the
Yeah.
idea.
And they
Or
display
try
it
to
in the home.
kill animals.
3,
Okay.
every time they have an orgasm, there's a sustained 4 to 5 second fart.
That's number 1. That sounds fantastic. It's just like a fire alarm goes off, basically. That's an easy number 1. I like that a lot. Number 2, I would say. Whoa! Oh! Number 2 is the shot glasses. Number 3 is the killer.
See, this is exactly what I answered, but I did not answer fart number 1. The shot glasses are such an easy one to me, and like I had to almost have a talking to with my buddy Kai and be like, "You're making this personal. Like this is only an issue for you, just for you. No one else would care." And he kept on downplaying the squirrels. I'm like, this reminds me, like my mom had a neighbor who hung up a cat on a clothesline and tried to set it on fire. Like she still talks about it to this day. Trying to like weave and hit a squirrel, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I cannot do it. You're just a murderer.
Yeah.
And he keeps on saying like, oh, but otherwise she's safe. Otherwise she's a safe driver. It's like, no, I don't care.
So that's a psychopath. I hit a little rabbit with my car in like 99, and I still think about it anytime I see a rabbit. It's awful.
God, you're haunted.
Yeah.
That's a real life
seriously,
ghost. The ghost
anytime
in your brain.
see them, because you do see them like out in Pasadena sometimes. You don't really see them around here though for some reason, but 3 miles east you do.
They're rats. They're rabbits here everywhere.
It.
The rabbits are everywhere. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
great.
I just don't see how the shot glass is that big of a deal. My brother collected shot glasses when he was a teenager. He may still, whatever. I didn't know. They were in his room.
It is what it is, man. Do your thing. If you want to collect something, do your thing. I got cards back here. You know, tell you something crazy? So I got a lot of basketball, baseball, and football cards, right? I found out some of them were worth some money. So I started looking into that. And then 3 months into organizing everything, Rachel said something about blah, 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 my X-Men cards. I'm like, what? And she's like, I told you I collected X-Men cards. And I was like, yeah, I think you did. And she was like, and I said, you didn't tell me they were at our house. So I started going through them. She's got like these fucking valuable X-Men cards. As long as they're good.
How valuable are we talking?
Quite a bit. Some of them are quite a bit.
So, like, do you do it through eBay?
Well, we're not going to sell them. We're going to do like a consignment thing.
Really? How does that work?
Yeah, you get other people to do it, and then you get 4%. Yeah, just that.
Holy smokes.
So
you'd rather have somebody else sell it and get 4% of the value than sell it yourself?
Yeah, they get 4%. I get 96.
Oh yeah, you're right. Right. And they also have they know the people that
I'm
won the
not
X-Men
managing
cards.
an eBay account and shipping stuff. What are you talking about? I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
no. I thought it was the other way around. Okay,
No.
here's the next rank them. Number 1, they are very bad with comparisons. Metaphors, similes. For example, they'd say something like, "Why do you take longer than me to get ready?" It's like when Robin Williams did Dead Poet Society. You stick out like a sore hand.
Give me
So
another example. I can't tell if that just means that you use the wrong word, hand instead of thumb, or is it just a bad
the whole thing is
simile
bad.
altogether?
I did that all
Okay.
intentionally.
Okay.
Like,
The whole thing
there's
makes no
nothing
sense.
about you taking longer to get ready that has anything to do with Robin Williams zagging and doing a drama.
Have I
Nothing
ever
about it at all.
told you this? I mean, this is a better one, but except it made no sense. I was losing to someone in a game, and they said this is like the tortoise and the hare, and I said the tortoise ended up winning, and they go, really? And I said, you didn't know the end of it? And they were like, well, it was a blowout, and I stopped reading. Crazy, right?
I turned it off in the third.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So number 1, bad with comparisons. They're just kind of always fumbling with them, and yet they say them with confidence. That's the important part. They say it with confidence. Number 2, they just butcher quoting movies. They just absolutely butcher. Something along the lines of, it's like in Dirty Dancing when he tells the guy, nobody places baby alone in a well.
I like this one.
It's just horrendous.
Can you give me another example? Because this is fun.
Like something really simple of being like, it's like in Terminator when he says, I'm going to go around the corner, but I'm coming back in a few minutes. Just horrible.
Dude, that one was so tough, I couldn't even follow
it. Instead of I'll be back, like I'll sit down and wait.
Yeah. No, I know. I got it eventually. It was like, in Jurassic Park, when I think it's Jeff Goldfarb, he says
Goldfarb? What are you talking about?
I think so. He gets the actors' names wrong too. It says it's something about life will happen if you let it.
Okay, you're talking about chaos theory? Yeah.
No, I'm talking about life finds a way.
Yeah.
Jeff
okay.
Goldblum.
Life finds a way. Yeah.
All right. Sorry, we can delete that part.
Is well known of a quote, but sure. But you get what I mean. Butcher's
We're
quotes.
going to need a bigger shark.
Yeah.
That was the SNL sketch.
The third option. So 1, bad with comparisons. 2, butchers movie quotes. 3, loves you but despises your name. Hates your name. You have a pretty common name.
Well, this is a fun one because Rachel's very
Trashes
bad.
Your name. She's very
Rachel's very bad
it.
with idioms. Okay. She gets them wrong every time, and it's endearing.
Sure.
So this makes number 1 and 2 not an issue at all. I just got to decide which one's better. Okay, it's analogies and movie quotes. I think I like the analogy one. That's gonna be my number 1. Then the movie quotes, just because I'm not gonna know them all either. You know that line from Casablanca? Here's looking at you, fuckface.
Yeah.
Or no,
who am I looking at? You? Yeah.
You know line from Casablanca? I saw you, fuckface. Yeah, number 3 is going to be despises my name. What about you?
Yeah, despise. I mean, I'd probably go with the movies first. Like it's like when I talk to my parents, when I talk to my dad specifically about like who is that actor in that movie, and it's like he's
Oh
just
yeah,
struggling. Like you've got
yeah.
to go through the entire IMDb just to figure out that you were talking about Gene Hackman.
Have I
And
ever
then you're
told
like,
you how
how
my
did you not know
mom?
Gene Hackman's name?
You know, how my mom describes actors is by how much they do or don't look like Christopher Walken. I swear to God, the only actor she's ever described where I got it right away was Willem Dafoe, because she was like, he almost looks exactly like Christopher Walken.
It's true.
Dude, you would not believe how long it took her to describe Fred Armisen. We were just
Oh.
guessing. We were just guessing all over the place. She was like, he looks nothing like Christopher Walken. He wears glasses. His hair's a little wavy. He doesn't talk like him. He doesn't
Right, he
move
doesn't.
like him or anything. And this is the greatest thing. She
I mean,
goes,
who talks like him?
she goes, and he thought he was quarter Japanese. Turns out he was like a quarter Korean, though.
Mm.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
See,
How would I know that?
My
And she was
mom
like,
wouldn't
well,
know who Fred Armisen is anyway. There's no at a certain point you're like, if it's coming from your parents, you're like, there's simply
yeah.
no way that they've seen a movie with him in it, or that they would
Well,
mention him.
that's
There's
the
just
thing.
no way.
They only knew him from the Know Your Roots, the Henry Louis Gates show on PBS. They didn't know. They've never seen him act in anything. They just literally know him from a genealogy show.
Huh. Wow. God, that's hilarious.
He's nothing like Christopher Walken.
But I mean, no one talks like Christopher Walken.
I know. It's like,
I mean, how did you? I mean, I guess Willem Dafoe is a little bit like Christopher Walken, a little bit.
yeah. I mean, enough that if someone asks or says that to you, that's the only guess. That's the thing. You can't guess anything else. If someone says looks almost exactly like Christopher Walken, who else would you say? There's no one.
Yeah, I can't think of anything. I can't.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to give you a rank them before we go home. How about that?
Yep.
Number 1, always eats with their hands, no matter what, with their hands.
Even if it's soup?
Even if it's soup.
All right.
All right. Number 2, will insult one stranger per day in your presence.
What kind of insult? Like everybody laughs, everybody's in on it.
Uncomfortable. Not violent.
Like you need to lose 40
uncomfortable.
pounds, that kind of thing.
Sure. Something that makes you uncomfortable but doesn't make you fear for your safety.
Jeez. Okay.
Number 3, carries loose pickles in her pockets or purse.
Okay. What was the first one again? Eats with their hands.
Eats with their hands, yeah.
I'm gonna go with pickles are an easy one.
That's one. Okay. It's gonna be
Sure.
pretty smelly.
I mean,
gonna be
if
smelly.
it's a whole pickle, like whatever. I mean,
It's gonna be smelly.
It's what I think you get used to it, and especially I can see this person wearing overalls. Like I don't know, it just whatever. It's fine. It's a snack.
How would they not be wearing overalls?
Pickles are a snack. It's not.
Okay.
It's like having a churro in your pocket, and for some reason that doesn't bother me at all. That's number 1. Number 2 is eating with the hands. I mean, it's ridiculous, but you can also you can head that off at the pass. You can just go out for ribs a lot. You can go out for burgers a lot. You can go out for wings a lot. Like there's plenty of pizza. There's always, you can just go to places that also serve food that you would eat with your hands. Every once in a while she's going to get, wedge salad and you're kind of fucked. But most of the time though, charcuterie board, you're good. And the third would be just all the fights that you'd be in from her insulting people.
No, I said there's no violence. There's no violence. It's just uncomfortable.
Still, you're gonna get some karma on that. Just
These are
randomly. calling people sluts and slobs and like
No, not
fat ass
come on,
fucks.
not that much. But yeah, this is tough. The pickle one, I don't want my car smelling like food. It's a problem. Eating with the hands, that's a problem. Insult a stranger, I like when people are polite. It's a problem. What's going to complicate my life the most? I think number 3 is eats with the hands.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the second biggest complicator, it's tough between the pickle thing really bothers me because it would smell so bad.
I mean, Amy loves pickles.
I love pickles
Loves
too,
them.
but a loose one?
Yeah, just like hanging out of the back of your pants.
Yeah, that's number 2. The insulter's number 1. It's done. It's done. A pickle hanging out of the pocket, give me a fucking break.
I mean, it just feels like you'd be hanging out with like Huck Finn all the time.
Yeah.
Good times.
Nick,
Good
you got anything
times.
you want to promote or tell the kids about?
God, well, I've been promoting the Yellow and Company show for months, and then I did it last Saturday. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Next
All
time
right.
I'll have some more stuff.
Well, come see me in Edmonton or Chicago or Philly or DC or Vancouver or Minneapolis.
Where are you at in Vancouver?
San Diego is coming too. Actually, Vancouver's just outside Vancouver, at the House of Comedy in the suburb about, 15 minutes southeast of Vancouver.
Nice.
And I cannot remember the name of the
Great
town.
city. It's a
right
fine
now.
city.
It's a great place. Great place. Guys, thanks for listening. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe. Tell your friends about the podcast. Make them listen. Definitely make them listen. In your review, accuse Nick of horrendous things, as long as they're heinous enough that no one would believe them. Don't do nothing like he assaulted the neighbor girl down the street. Nothing like that. It's
Do
gotta
people
be...
believe anything? They believe Walt Disney has been cryogenically frozen as underneath Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's true. Don't accuse us of anything then, please. Thanks for listening. Anything else, Nick?
Nah, man. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Just a couple of guys palling around, coming out of your speakers, a beautiful sound. They debate, berate, and have a laugh or two. Conner v. Cobb, for me and for you. La 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 la, la 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 la. Conner v. Cobb, for me and you.
Ryan and Nick. Nick and Ryan. The Scoundrels of the Hour.